this film features the dynamic duo of Dame Maggie Smith and Alan Bennett. It can only be win. Hello, Dullbedsitblogger here, and today I went to the cinema to see The Lady in the Van, which is a great film by Alan Bennett, the national treasure that is Alan Bennett, and based mostly on a true story, in that what I guess would be called a bag lady who lived in a van lived in her small camper van in his driveway for something like 15 years, 15, maybe, 15, 20 years or something like that. And their relationship that they built up with one another. It was really it was quite beautiful and touching. Made a little tear trickle down my face like that. Very funny in places, very moving. Alan Bennett as a writer he's really good at just cutting through a lot of stuff and keeping it simple, yet still being able to give a complicated message. He has a really nice, gentle way about him, but then also at the same time that gentleness is masking a different side to him, which is quite gentle as well. It was there's very interesting parts in it where you'd see Alan Bennett's internal dialogue of him, his public face, and his writer side, sort of goading his timid British self. And I did keep thinking part of the way through that the film is kind of the British Fight Club, in that he's quite a timid, quiet guy who wants to live a little bit, and in Fight Club the other, Tyler Durden is this hard fighting, drinking, fucking kind of guy, and Alan Bennett's other half doesn't wear a tie and he wears those a vest type jumper, and complain that the real Alan Bennett doesn't do enough, and they kind of bicker in a really lovely way. It's just a really good film, very nicely paced, and the bag lady was played marvellously, and such a character, and really did make me think, everyone's got a story. Even if you think you're boring, you've got a story. It had Alan Bennett going as he's finding more about the lady in the van, of the things that she's done, and then going, oh, he's lived such an exciting life, but you're living such boring, you don't do anything. And then he gets on his bicycle to cycle to the National Theatre to do his one-man show. And it's kind of like, there's a bit of a story there. And come on, you've had shows in the West End, you have a story, but you never notice your own story. And I think you kind of see other people's stories. And on a personal level, it kind of reminded me of a couple of friends I've had who've were, you know, kind of street drinkers, lived out on the street. You know, there was John, who was a fighting man, but actually quite a nice, silly man, actually. And there's Hong Kong Dave, who had such a story behind him, and you know, every so often little stories would pop out of stuff that he's done and who he was, and you know, I've lost contact with him, and you know, I hope he's all right. So yeah, that's the main thing. Everyone's got a story, and go and see The Lady in the Van. Bye bye.